Hey y'all, I'm at I-78. Happy Thursday. Happy NFL kickoff night. How are y'all doing? Hope everyone has been well since I left y'all a couple hours ago after the Fannie Willis hearing. Again, on that, they will be back on the 19th. I will be bringing y'all that as well. Welcome to part two, where we are going to finish up the Cam Newton and Cheyenne Bryant interview, and we are going to then come to our consensus as to whether or not Cam got checked and did he need to be checked if we feel like he was checked. We had a good conversation a couple of days ago in regards to this. So we still have about half of the actual interview to go, but I did want to back up a little bit because one of the areas where we did have a lot of conversation was in regards to the functioning versus value. So a lot of people wanted to say that they're one and the same, but the way that Dr. Bryant explained it, they are two different entities. So we're just gonna back up just a smidge and we're gonna recap that and we'll go from there.
Woman to be high functioning.
A high functioning woman is a woman who wants you. She doesn't need you. And let me clear that up. When I say she doesn't need you, it doesn't mean she's independent. That means she is interdependent. I only not need you because my pain doesn't need your pain. My dysfunction doesn't need your dysfunction to feed it for us to be in this relationship, meaning I don't need a trauma bond with you, okay? She wants you because she wants the healed part of you, but has the capacity, because we're all human, we ain't perfect, to facilitate and deal with the unhealed part of you that's going to show up in the relationship at some point. And hers is going to show up too. Mine is going to show up too. And so that's why I always say, I want a hybrid. I want a hybrid for y'all out there who want to know, meaning a man who's high functioning enough to meet my healthy high functioning, but low functioning enough to deal with me when my abandonment inflames, to deal with me when some of my dysfunctions that I'm still working on inflame. Because if he's too high functioning, guess what? He doesn't have the bandwidth to deal with the low functioning part, which then means he can only connect with folks who are not being fully authentic within themselves. Meaning you may have a loving relationship, but you won't have a real intimate, deep, vulnerable relationship. I'm a woman who seeks connection and vulnerability. I'm not into casualties or casual sex, just TMI or not, meaning I like the depth of things. And so I need you to see me. I need you to see my...
Okay. All right. So just a little bit of recap, y'all. For those of y'all who don't remember or were not here for the first installment, Dr. Bryant long-winded. She is long-winded. Child, you ask her a simple question and you'll get a 12-minute answer. But let's see who is all in the house. We have Blockbuster. Hey, how you doing? Appreciate you stopping by. Death Note. Hey, Death Note. And we got Eric. Hey, Eric. Thank you for the membership. Welcome. We'll be getting some exclusive content out soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. So with this way that she just explained a high functioning woman, now my question is, does this make sense, or does this just sound like I want you healed all the way together, no issues, but I need you to put up with my mess? Or did that actually make sense? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat. Did what she say really make sense, or does it just sound like, I want you together, but you know what I'm saying? Just take me as I am. Y'all let me know. Let's continue on.
broken. I want you to see my heart, whatever that comes with. And I'm not embarrassed about it. I'll tell you about it. I'll show it to you. And I'm okay with a man who can facilitate it. But what a high functioning man may do is if he's all the way high functioning, he has already cut off the side of him that is authentic, and there's a superficialness there that won't allow him to connect with a real person. So can he still love and experience love? Yeah, love has it just loves everything. But will he experience the depth of some of the wholeness of love, meaning the down, the up, the ugly, the heaven, the hell mom was talking about? No. And let me say this really quick. And this is why trauma bonds usually feel like the most intense, in love, deepest relationships, because you got two at the epitome of vulnerability, pain pocket people who are bonding. And most people who are low functioning are exactly who they are. Exactly who they are. Doesn't make it bad for being who they are. Exactly who they are. That's their pain, their trauma. They're going to flee. They're going to scream. They're going to hit. They're going to do whatever comes up. Right? Fuck it, I'm mad. Whatever comes up, there's no awareness, there's no stop, there's no nothing. I'm triggered, I'm inflamed. We just go to let's tear this thing up. Right? High functioning only means, Cam, that I feel them same feels. I still feel, excuse my language, you got me fucked up. I'm ready to go there. I'm flamed, I'm triggered. It's all there, right? But it's still dormant. It's still in me. And high functioning means I can regulate those emotions. Watch this and say, okay, right now, I'm ready to rip this man's head off. Right now, he got me all the way fucked up. Okay, so how do I relay that message to him where it's going to be respectful, it's going to be non-combative, and I'm going to disarm him while he still knows you got me fucked up? Because I don't have to say those words for you to know I think I went too far with Doc. And you still feel respected and loved, so that I just disarmed you and we can still have an engaging, emotionally intelligent conversation that ends in resolve, whether resolve means win-win, because resolve is really win-win, or one person wins or none and we agree to disagree and we can still go to the cigar lounge and have a drink and you have your cigar. But low functioning people going to tear this thing up with no emotional regulation. They're also going to choose a person who does it with them and allows them to do it. Because I only can do to you what you allow me to do. Because if I start cutting up in here and you say, Doc, we love you, love to have you here, but you got to go and you're not welcome back. There's no pun intended. That's not our culture here. Guess what? I can't do that again. And that's not called fleeing. You emotionally, intelligently said, Doc, love you here. You're a great guest, but that's not our culture. We don't do that here. Now I have a choice to make. Do I want to be in a relationship with Cam? Do I want to be welcome back here? Self-inventory. You just did me the best favor you could have ever did.
Yeah, that sounds like accountability.
By excusing me, you blessed me. Because now I got to look at myself and say, what needs to be done for me to fit in this? Now let's flip it. I'm with a dude who's turned up. He's a womanizer. He got all these women. He spent money on me. He treat me good. And what you said earlier, he D's me down. You didn't say you would D me down, but use the D word, clarity. He D's me down. And so I come in and I tell him, no, I'm not a woman. I'm like wholesome. I'm not into casual sex. I don't do all that, but I'm in love with him. And he lets me know, check this out, baby. Daddy love you. There's a place for you here, but not like that. You got to be able to do these things. Check back in when you can. That woman has a choice to make too. She goes and takes self-inventory and says, do I want to do these things so I can fit in with daddy? Or do I want to stay true to who I am? Either way, it's a choice. But high functioning people have the ability to take a step back internally, not physically, process what they feel, hear their emotions in the real space that they're saying, because my emotions curse people out and things all day. But I regulate it, code switch it, deliver the message so you're receptive to it and you feel it with love. But I'm saying the same damn thing I was saying in here. And now we have a relationship. Now we have respect. And now we good. And now, like your mama said, because I love that quote, tell her that, please, I love that. We can go to heaven together. and we can take this journey to hell as well.
But no, are you willing to go to
No,
hell?
I just said both.
Yeah.
Both.
So, but I don't think my question.
Okay, y'all, was that sage advice from a well-trained and experienced healer or a medical professional, let me put it like that, or was that psychobabble mixed with hyena? Y'all let me know. I think, in my personal opinion, I think Doc has crafted a manner of presentation that presents hyena. It's straight hyena. She definitely looking the part so that she will come and listen to what she got to say. And along the way, she is slipping in little pieces of information. Not enough to give you a full understanding, but just enough for her to say, you know what I'm saying, she said something. If that makes sense. But for me, Cam is looking real disinterested. And he just kind of there to be there because he's decided what he's gonna do, and it really don't matter what she got to say. He's not gonna change what he's gonna do. So, listen.
It was clear, or the answer wasn't clear, as far as a high functioning woman.
Yeah.
And
it's simple. High functioning woman feels the same thing a low functioning woman feels. She does two things differently. High functioning woman can regulate her emotions to articulate it so it comes out with emotional intelligence.
Okay.
And she uses what she feels, and chooses with her healthy self and not her dysfunctional self.
Okay.
That's the only difference.
Now, explain to me what a high functioning man is.
A high functioning man, identical to a woman. He can feel what he feels. He regulates his emotions and he chooses how he's going to deliver that message so that woman receives it and she's not armed and now we're at war. That's what a high functioning man does. And he's also able to sit through hard, challenging conversations without fleeing or abandoning that woman.
Okay, but you didn't say it
and using his emotional intelligence that says, I hear you and I understand you. But baby, I don't agree with that one part.
There's a lot of things that I don't agree with.
I don't agree with that.
In this conversation.
Yeah.
Going back to what I said, with that 40% of men who are high functioning that you counsel, what I said was, most men understand this. We don't really find true love because it's what can you do for me? Because a man's job is to provide. Now, this is where most high vibrational man, high functioning man go through. As far as being emotionally intelligent, that still does not qualify you as being high vibrational. The thing that is often said on two counterparts, two species, from a woman, it's about self-worth, how I feel. I'm not going to allow you to treat me like this. I'm not going to allow you to talk to me like this. I know my non-negotiables. I know my worth. Fine. That are all qualifying things for any woman to say to herself or to the universe, I'm high vibrational. Now, the thing for me is that doesn't qualify for men, because you can have all the emotional intelligence, all the trigger points to be able to communicate. But if you stand at your mama house, all that's out the door. You understand what I'm saying? So society dictates what a man's value is, respectfully, and it's shameful to say it that way, but that's the surface level identifier of a high vibrational man, amongst other things. Now, these things are what women always say, oh, well, I'm not doing this, or yeah, this, that, and the third, and that's fine. But different rules for different species.
And you're like, that's fine.
So
right.
That's where I'm saying to you, it's like, okay, for that 40% or that 70% of high vibrational women, it's a little bit, the rules are a little different for men. And you can't say it's not, because it actually is. All that, he's fit, girl, I mean, everything. I mean, this, that, and the third. But Dr. Bryant ain't gonna talk to no guy that can, number one, protect her physically, emotionally, and gives her the stability to live her life as she sees fit. And that's where the high vibrational man steps in, and we don't need that from a high vibrational woman. So that's my caveat.
Okay, got it. You made a lot of really good points. So a man living in his mama house means he's low value, but can still be high functioning. High functioning and high value man are two different things. High valued man is more about value. What are you offering financially? What can you do for me? How can you provide for me? It has nothing to do with emotions. This is why you have a lot of high valued women and men who are extremely low functioning. It is statistically known that high valued women, not functioning, high value women, meaning powerhouse, makes money, elected official, doctor, lawyer, entrepreneur, whatever she does, she's just killing it. She does well. Educated, not educated, she just does her thing financially. She's high valued. Often end up with low functioning men.
Why?
And it's because she has high value. She doesn't have high function. Law of attraction, we attract who we are despite of who we think we are. So the man living in his mama's house that you described, right? That's based on society. That's a low value man.
Reality, not
that's
society.
Fine. You can say reality. I'm fine with that. Yeah. Right. Value is not a functioning. High functioning is how you function. Had nothing to do with money or where you live or how you drive.
Right.
Okay. Value is the word value, because it's it's what you said. How valuable are you? How valuable are you, sis? What you bringing to the table?
Okay, now
those are two different things.
I just want to stop you right there.
Hang before they get too deep down there rabbit hole. So if you are high functioning, at some point shouldn't your value match your function? So if you are high functioning or medium functioning and you living at your mama house, as you continue to function higher, shouldn't you be getting yourself together to get up out your mama house? So shouldn't these be somewhere close together, your functioning and your value? That's just my thought. Okay, Eric, you telling me, yep. Okay, yeah, it's what? 5% of all women make 75,000 or more. Somewhere around in there. It's not a whole lot. Right. It's out of love. So yeah, I would think that at some point your function and your value should be trying to get close, should be close together. 9%. Okay, cool. Thanks, Eric. Yeah, so yeah, my other piece to this is your value and your function have to be quantified by somebody other than you. You can say whatever. What other people gonna say about you is gonna tell the story. If we're gonna be honest, that's what's gonna tell the story. So I get the function and the value, They should just as some. They should start to match each other, high or low. What you say, Defno? Most high value men don't meet her definition of high function. I can believe that. I can believe it. Yeah, I can definitely believe that. So yeah, your function either way, high or low. It shouldn't be like this. Also, she doesn't know what a high value woman is. Well, what's a high value woman, Defno? Let us know so we can have the correct information. Okay, cool. All right. Let us keep rolling. Defno gonna let us know what a high value woman is, so y'all can write that down. Keep that in your Rolodex. So let's keep rolling because Cam he got some rebuttal.
Before I lose my, if the man doesn't have high value,
Yes,
he will not spark the interest of no woman. Let's just put it like that. So it runs.
Then answer this
in
question.
conjunction.
Why are most low value?
Dictates value. Are they
And low value man just means, I'll go street terms, broke.
Yes.
Okay. They're married. Them Negroes are married.
But you can't
hold
say
on, hold
that's
on.
a subjective
No,
thing.
that's
you can't
not.
Say
That's
most because that's not true.
Statistically, when it comes to socioeconomics, Google it, have somebody here on your team pull it up. Socioeconomically, women, Google it, predominantly Black women, socioeconomically are exceeding when it comes to money, street term, bread.
No, they're not.
Hold on. That means if they marry, they're married to a man who's making less money, no money, or broke money. Hold on. Now, low valued men are married to somebody, whether she low, high, whatever. He got him a wife. And let me go a little further. And usually if you don't have a wife, he got a whole hell lot of kids by different women.
Watch out now. Watch out, you're speeding.
Yeah, I am.
You're speeding.
I'm poking
speed. We going
there.
Hold on. Let me take this.
So let me finish this. Let me
take this glove off.
Let me finish this point. So again, low valued men, meaning street term broke, they're married. And they oftentimes, if not more than often, have multiple kids by multiple men. Okay?
Woman. Whoa.
No. I'm going somewhere.
Low. You said
by
low.
Oh no, I'm going somewhere with that. They have multiple kids by multiple men. Hold on. And women. We in a whole different society. You talking about reality.
No. You said low vibrational men are married with multiple.
Let me say it again. They're married. And if they're not, they usually have multiple kids with multiple women. Hold on. And I'm going somewhere with this. Have multiple men. Meaning that men and women are choosing low-valued men. That's subjective. Because in the society we live in today, you have a lot of different dynamics of polyamorous, different dynamics of relationships. And when you're talking about men today and women, I'm not just knocking on the men, relationships don't just go one way. And we're talking about a low-valued man. We're not just talking about heterosexual men, right? I could talk about the whole gamut. Do I have to stay in one pocket? I'm just asking because I will.
Ma'am.
Okay. So again, low-valued men don't have to be, they could be high functioning and low value is what I'm saying. So a man living in his mama's house is low value, but he could be high functioning. Hold on. So how does he attract a woman who's high functioning?
Thank you.
He's high functioning. He attracts a high functioning woman. Hold on. The high functioning woman is also high value, meaning she has money, a lifestyle, and a high quality of life. And she's high functioning. All she needs is a high functioning man. She ain't worried about a man who also has high value. A lot of women operate like that who are powerful. I'm sure you've been in rooms with powerful women who have husbands who you have said, if not you, many have said, how did he get her? Wait a minute. And it's not even a looks thing. It's down to, I'm going to go with a really good friend of mine's, Oprah in Stedman. Mama, I love you. But Oprah's power. You think Stedman's low functioning or low value? Stedman is low value. He ain't low functioning, baby. There's a difference. He's low value based on, I'll use your word, reality, because regardless if he makes good money, he ain't making Oprah money.
Nobody's making Oprah money.
So he's low valued compared to that. But Stedman is not low functioning. Oprah is not.
Stedman is not low value either. Everybody's low value compared to Mama O. Let's just say that.
So,
that's real talk.
Right.
That's real talk.
So Stedman, and it's subjective again, Stedman in his relationship, we can't say marriage, in his relationship is low value to his powerhouse, high value, high functioning
But that's not a
woman.
good example, though.
That is a great example.
That's not, because anybody's going to be low value to
Cam, who
Oprah.
house do they live in?
Oprah's.
Okay, where's Stedman's house?
I have no idea.
That's my point.
Now,
That is my point.
Can you give me another example?
That is my point.
Let's not use that one, because that's not a reality.
Another example.
Like Oprah is living in the half percent of the world, not just the 1%, less than the 1%. Because anybody, myself included, if we were to date a woman of Oprah's magnitude, it's never going to be enough. I'm going to be on her jet. I'm going to be on her yacht. I'm going to be at her functions. I would be a fucking fool to think.
So that's not always the case. You look at Jay-Z and you look at Beyonce. Jay can be on B's lot, B can be on Jay's lot. So my whole point to drive this point is that low value or high value, low function, high function, are two different things, or two different identities. Low value has to do with money and quality of life, fiduciary. Functioning has to do with how do you function innately, emotionally, psychologically as a human being. And so if you have billions of dollars, Donald Trump is low functioning. He just happens to be high value in the sense of his wealth, but he's extremely low functioning.
That's subjective.
That's fine. No, and I'm not for or against him. I'm not for or against Trump. I'm just using someone, and again, we're having a conversation, so everything's going to be subjective. So I'm speaking about the difference so that we can clear it up. Just because a woman is high functioning doesn't mean she's successful financially or career-wise. Just because a man is high functioning doesn't mean that either. Just because someone is high valued doesn't mean that they have a certain level of functioning. You have a lot of people that do good in the boardroom, high IQ, high functioning, interpersonal relationships, but cannot function at home in their marriage. And so those two are not relevant to each other, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you another thing that's not relevant to each other. A high value woman will never acknowledge a low value man. So Oprah.
Well, let me say this.
Hold on.
Cam, you're a man.
Hold on.
You can't speak from a woman's perspective. High valued women acknowledge, notice, sleep with, and date low value men all the time. One, I'm in room with them, with high valued women. Two, I am a high valued woman. And I have at some point dated a man who is low valued, meaning he wasn't living with his mama, but his income, socioeconomic status wasn't anywhere where somebody would go, Doc, really? He didn't have a title up to the caliber of mine. He wasn't in rooms and boardrooms. He wasn't sitting there with Congress, elected officials, and making moves and making legislation and resolutions like myself. And so at that time, I was a woman who was high value, and high functioning, who was dating a man who was high functioning, but low value, but didn't live with his mother. And for me, what he was providing in the sense of our companionship was great in that season.
Which was what?
What do you mean, which was what?
What was he providing you?
The functionality, the emotional intelligence.
The functionality?
The what?
I'm asking you.
You're asking me. Wait, what did you? What word did you say?
Functionality.
You're asking me, was he making love to me good?
Yes.
If the sex was good?
Yes.
The sex was great.
Now let me tell you.
Yeah, it wasn't the best I had, but it was great.
But this goes to my point.
But that wasn't all. You asked a question.
Yes, but I'm making a point here.
So you want me to finish what he was providing?
Just press a pause. Okay. Just press the space bar real quick. Go for it. Even though you were entertaining him sexually, you will never be saw with that man. because he don't fit my standards. That doesn't mean you can't entertain him.
First of all, that's not true. So I'm the source. I'm the woman. I'm the one who was dating him. I'm going to speak from that source, not you. So as the source who was dating him, that's not true. We were seen in public. We were seen on red carpets when I was co-producing my show, as well as On Camera Psychologist with the biggest show on TV, Teen Mom Family Reunion on MTV. We did a lot of that.
No shit to be
and we didn't enter a relationship where we led by sex. So I was tied to the sex is so good, this is what we're doing. I would have just ran that play with saying we're just sexing. Let's leave it there. I'm grown. I could do that. His functionality, his intellect, his high functioning is what attracted me. As that functionality continued to be attractive and foreplay me, my body started to want him. That happened about 8 months into us having a companionship. And so I'm not saying anyone who does it the first day, I'm not knocking no one. I'm just telling the reality of how we worked it out. So by the time we were intimate, the actual act wasn't all that, but our connection, our functionality, our intimacy, all the foreplay for 8 months made that sex amazing. Because it's subjective on what turns who on. And for this subject, what I'm turned on by is high functioning. I'm turned on by a man who's mature enough, emotionally intelligent enough to be a hybrid, an alpha, a submissive, a man who understands that. So for me, that's what he was feeding me, my foreplay of what turns me on as me as a woman. And so, yes, I not only entertained, but I was very much involved in that relationship.
With that remedy or that ingredient that most people do, it's going to run its course.
That's fine. But who cares? Marriage runs its course. Our divorce rate is high.
But listen to the point that I'm trying to make. As a high valued woman, she's never going to entertain a man that is not also high value. Now,
it's not true.
This is my thing right here. Cam, you are a high earning man. Why do you give a fuck? You out here trying to go hard for the broke niggas, but you ain't broke. So I mean, it ain't gonna hit the same. Like, why do you even care? You worth millions of dollars. Like, you don't understand the plight of the broke man. Y'all let me know if I'm missing something. I'm just saying. You're not broke, so your point kind of don't matter. I mean, you out here mentoring broke niggas or something. Just let us know. Let us know, sir.
I will say it like this. Even though he has high function, to sustain the relationship, that high function will run its course if that's all you have. So you being who you are, you attract a certain type of man. Me being who I am, I can take anybody and transform them into who I want them to be. A woman cannot do that.
That's not true.
Hold it. Sir Cam, if you can take any woman and turn her into who you want her to be, why do you have 3, 1, 2, 3 baby mamas? Why? Why you couldn't, you know what I'm saying, as you needed or wanted something different, why couldn't you just keep tinkering with that same woman, you know what I'm saying, since you turn women into who you want them to be? What's going on? This don't make sense, Cam. What you out here doing, sorcery? Let us know. You out here doing sorcery because this don't even make no sense.
In most cases,
That's not true.
Okay, she's not willing.
No, I'm
to
saying
do
that no man can take a woman and transform her into what he wants her to be. She came in and is willing to allow
you know what, Coach?
to tell.
He actually did the first kill, and we're gonna talk about her tomorrow on FNF Friday. His first baby mama, he literally did that. He the one messed that up. He literally did. You didn't see Kia around here without them kids. For real. You did not. You did not. So I mean, he literally did, and we'll get into the rest of what went on with that tomorrow. Hey, Torin, how you doing? Appreciate you stopping by. We get into Kia's story tomorrow because Kia decided to start up a YouTube channel and tell her own story. So we gonna get into it and see if we can figure out exactly where Cam's powers of creation actually started lacking. Yes, I'm in North Carolina. I am in North Carolina. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at Miss Kia tomorrow and find out where Cam's powers of creating women into what I want them to be actually started failing him. But let's continue on with his explanation that ain't gonna make no sense.
Tell her what you want and she'll submit to those. You're not God, and you're not the potter maker. So your hands ain't on no pot, sweetie. Taking a woman and conforming, you just don't have that power. You probably would like to, but you don't have that power. You can take her, like I just said before, with the womanizer and the guy who, me being in your studio, and say, baby, these are the qualifications, and she chooses, which is her free will to never be yours, to hit them points or not. And when she chooses to hit them points, you then choose to keep her or you choose to shake her, because you can never take water. Hold on. You can never take water, baby, and make this 7-Up. You can pour it out and fill it back up, but this will never turn to what you wanted. You're not Jesus. You ain't turning water to wine. That's not how it happens. Now, you can't take a woman and make her what you want. You can tell her what you want, and I'm going to give her power back, and she'll choose to be that. But you don't get the power of saying you made her that, whether an entrepreneur or a mother or a wife. She chooses to let you do that by telling you, I'll submit to those orders. There's a difference. Now, with the man, a high-valued woman can do the same thing with the man. Baby, you want to be here? This is the qualifications. This is what I need, the prerequisites. He can say yes, or he can say no. Either way. But if he chooses to do that, then that's his choice, and she got what she wanted. It's all about conduciveness. Is it conducive or not? Right. However, we don't potter nobody. And that's where the disconnect comes in at, with people who are high valued but low functioning. But I don't want Hold on. High value but low functioning. The high value, low functioning. I'm gonna say it again. Y'all stick with me. High value, low functioning thinks the high value can attract the low functioning, and the low functioning and that high value person thinks they can potter the low functioning and mold them to be what they want. It don't work like that at all. That person still chooses to become what you're telling them you want them to be. That's still their power, and they can take it back when they want. And let me hit on something else you said. You said that high functionality will run its course. I believe the opposite.
Without value. See, this is where you keep trying to skew my words or my intentions of my words. I'm not saying
but without value. But what I'm saying is I still don't agree with that point. I don't say your point's a bad point. I just don't agree with it.
I just think you're taking it out of my content.
You said that. Each person has to choose in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Again, if you know what I'm saying, both parties have to choose. That's where the conversation about what it is your oxygen in your water, that's where that conversation comes in. So, you know, you telling the other person what you need, they telling you what they need, and you got to decide whether or not you're gonna give it to them. That's a choice. So the choice is on both sides. You gotta choose what you can deal with and what you can't. Yeah, the bookshelf is dope, Celine. I didn't. Eric, my damn sis finally makes sense. What did I tell you about that broken clock? Leave her alone, Coach. If she need to get her decoration on to absorb this, then let her do that. It's all right. It's cool. Yeah, that HGTV be serious, Celine. But let's continue on because Cam gonna try to figure out how to make her wrong. But let's go.
My intentions for saying that's what I believe you're doing, and that's not my intentions. Like, you're making points of things that I did not intend.
You said high functionality will run out without value, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm hitting on that point.
For a high value woman, high functioning will run its course if you do not have any value. And
I'm saying that I don't see that being the case.
Okay.
From being in my field.
But hold on, just real brief.
Yes.
You were saying to that analogy of you turning water into 7-Up. I never thought that I was God or Jesus to be able to control.
But when
you just said you can turn.
I could take a woman and make her what I want. That's the same thing. That's the same thing. You're taking me and making me what you want. You're taking Jessica and making her what you want. It doesn't matter. You cannot turn water to wine. That's her power. She comes in, you tell her what you want, and she chooses to do that. And if she becomes that, it's because of her choice. Because the day she chooses to undo that, it's undone. But so it's still, the power is still with her. No one can take anyone and make them anything. Right. Not me, not you. No one has that power.
But the only reason why a person is considering what I need them to be, or will prefer them to be, or would like them to be, is because of my value as a man. If I did not have any value.
That's not why. I love that you think that. It's for the payoff that they get. It's their payoff. Everything we do is for our payoff. It's subjective. So I can say what I think. Let me say this. A woman who would be with a man of your value and become everything you want her to become, because you ain't gonna make her, okay? The payoff would be she gets to be provided for. We're talking about the high value part. She gets to live in a beautiful home. She gets this high quality of life. She gets to be able to possibly have a family with a man who also, has a celebrity status, right? She gets to be in the limelight somewhat. Maybe she has a business, and maybe this relationship is a strategic relationship for her. She can use this to kind of maneuver or what she has going on. Right. See, so the answer will be different from a high functioning woman than a low functioning woman. Me, high functioning, I'm listing what I'm thinking. Strategic relationship. Sure. I'm a doctor. Sure. I can move in. I got limelight. You have a lot of limelight. Right. Retired NFL player. Okay. In my opinion, Hall of Famer. So we got things that can benefit me as a payoff because I'm a professional who's high functioning. Yes. I'm not looking at it like I can nest in you, move in, put my feet up, and now I can live free. Now, another woman subjectively could think that that's the value, but there's a payoff for why we do anything we do in life. We all have a pay, and it doesn't make it bad. That's life. It's always an exchange of, I will submit to these things that Cam wants because these are the things that I know would come with me submitting.
Yeah, but that's what goes back to the original statement.
Yes.
Will a man really understand true love? Because when you identify those things, it was how can I benefit from the situation? He has high status. I have high status.
Right.
I'm have a business. It matches that. So to my point, when I'm saying I can make a woman in regards to that, I see way too many times a high value man takes a low functioning woman or a low value woman and increase her status overnight. Now, it's still a process. It's still a level of submission from both sides, not just a female side, but also the male side. And also there's a patience that goes into that to be like, yo.
Wait, hold on. Depending on the negotiation, because some of that stuff I'm saying could move fast because everyone's negotiation process is different. You know what I mean, Cam? Meaning if we coming in saying, okay, Cam, this is a strategic dating thing. We both know it. We're going to have this all planned out. We just going to hit these points. Meaning that would come into fruition a lot sooner because we're clear on the plan. Versus if I came in without you knowing my plan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, Cam, yeah, hey. It may be a little longer process. I agree.
Yeah.
But you keep saying the man thing, which I love. That will a man ever really experience true love?
Right.
My answer to that two-part answer: one, I'm not a man,
Right.
and I believe that a woman should stay in her place when it comes to answering men's question from a place of being the source, and instead say my opinion. Just like I think a man also should stay in his place when answering questions about us, because y'all not us, you don't know, but you can say in my opinion, in my experience, or what I think. So I would hope that men could experience real love. However, I believe that it would take more than a high functionality. It would take more than high valueness. It would take more than being able to come in and, make a woman or make a man, whoever we want them to be. Being in love and feeling and experiencing that fully is more about how open and vulnerable we have already allowed ourselves to be with ourselves. Right? So meaning I receive love from you at the level of receptivity I already am when I come and meeting you, whether it's friendship, business, romantic. You can't love me deeper than I love myself. Let me word that better. You can feel the love deeper for me than I love myself. I won't receive it and feel it past the level that I love myself.
Yes, ma'am.
So where the disconnect comes out, not with us, but with people, is you telling me like, Doc, like I love you with everything. Like I'm giving you the world. Like, no, I'm loving you like I've never loved and if I'm unlovable and I haven't worked through my stuff and I don't have the awareness to say, but baby, it ain't your love that is the issue. It's my ability to receive it and be topped off. Now,
hold on. Now I got to speak on that because I have been involved in that. Listen, yeah, if you can't receive the love in its totality that somebody's giving you, that shit rough. I'm gonna be real honest. That's rough. It's rough. Because there's, as the person who's giving it, there ain't nothing you can do different. There's nothing you can, you know what I'm saying, hold back on that's gonna change that. That's something the other person has to recognize and work on. So that would kind of speak to her, you know what I'm saying, the functioning that she was talking about. I'm just saying, y'all, being the person who was given the love that wasn't received, that shit sucked. Just being real honest. That shit sucked. Let me go back to some of these comments. Oh, look, cause you got a lot going on. What you say, Eric? Cam sure ain't gonna go ahead and stay being a poop. Cam said he need 11 kids. So he got a little bit of work to do. So he might stay on his pookie time. What you say, culture? I say what I want about who I want. I mean, that's a choice. Okay, you don't care about their personal journey. Okay, cool. Oh, we got Through the Fire podcast in the house. Welcome. All right. Welcome. Okay. I'll just say exactly, Celine. Yeah, it does. It's rough because I know for me, I went through periods of, you know what I'm saying, what am I doing wrong? Why doesn't, you know what I'm saying, why doesn't he, you know what I'm saying, why ain't he putting, you know what I'm saying, picking up what I'm putting down? Like, why is he out here moving like he don't, you know what I'm saying? Why is he out here moving like I don't give a shit about him? And I'm loving him with all I got. Like, it's rough. It's rough. It really is. Because, I mean, that went on for years. And I'm like, and he was like, I know you do. I know. And I'm like, okay, you know, but you don't move like you know. He was like, I know. I'm like, so that ain't really helping much. I well, in retrospect, like if I could have this conversation with him today, I would ask him, what it's a really don't it matters, but it doesn't at the same time. Like, why wouldn't he work on that? Like, what about, you know what I'm saying, fixing that part of himself that he feel like wasn't worth it? That would be my question. Would you say, Celine? A lot of times things weren't reciprocated for me and it made me withdraw from me, and I don't want to do that. But I'm also adjusting my dating style. I feel you, Celine. I feel you on that. But yeah, just like your feelings being completely taken for granted. Well, at least you'll see that's your perception that your feelings being taken for granted due to lack of any type of reciprocation, verbal, emotional, physical, any of that it's rough. It's traumatizing. If we're gonna be real about it's traumatizing. It's traumatizing. But let's keep on.
If I said that to you as my partner, which is that emotional intelligence just means I understand myself and I'm able to articulate who I am. In most cases, that would make you love me more and have a better understanding and try to help me, I would think, figure out how to get those barriers, right?
Unlock some things.
Barriers so that you can I could receive your love.
Right.
And then in return, I'm able to reciprocate it at a deeper level for you, because this is the thing. If you're already loving me deeper than I can feel, that means that your love tank is already deeper. That means you're a gallon and I'm a pint.
Mm-hmm.
So if your gallon, right, poured everything into my pint,
it's going to overflow.
It's going to overflow. And and even though.
Would you say, culture, that's human relationship struggle though? Women do the same thing. Men don't talk about it because who really cares? Who gives a damn what? I care about what men go through. And I think that's the part, that was one of the hardest parts. Like, I'm really trying to, I care. You gonna be quiet? You done said all of that, but now I'm gonna be quiet. I care. So I understand that because men typically are raised in environments where the majority of the people don't care. When they come across somebody who does, they either don't recognize it or they think it's some kind of trick. My thing is, okay, in interacting with this person, how long you gonna do that? Y'all claiming y'all say you want a real one, you want meaningful relationship, you want this, you want that, but you got, people in your life been around, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15 years, and they still give you that same level of consistency as far as concern, but y'all still, treating them like, oh, I'm just waiting for you to switch up. Like, no pun intended, you've been through the fire with this person. Y'all been through the straight up war and then came out on the other side, and you still, moving and treating them like you can't trust them. Like, why y'all do that? I'm not sure to put that hangnail. My whole thing hurt now. How long y'all only like come on? Would you say, Celine? I still want a good relationship, but I'm also not going to bend over backwards for someone who wouldn't do the same for me. I understand the sentiment, Celine. Sometimes you have to do it for the good of the relationship. And that's in all aspects. When we're talking, work, school, personal, romantic, sometimes you gotta do this shit with your parents. You're like, man, damn, I want to say something, but I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be cool. I got something. I'm gonna be cool. But no, I'm just saying in that particular, I understand what you're saying, Slim, but I'm just saying in that particular instance of that piece of advice, sometimes you gotta use that in all facets of your life. Oh, wow. But yeah, just I'll be like, damn. That shit, like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm flashing back. Let me get my life together. Um, that shit had me thinking something was wrong with me. Had me doing a personal inventory. But let's continue on.
It's amazing, right? I can't, it's overwhelming for me, Cam. I can't take it.
I've seen that analogy,
right?
And I received that. But
right.
to even make it more clear cut, what I mean by a man not having or not really identifying true love, is because men's love is almost predicated on transaction
versus relational
versus emotions.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Like I unlock these things when there is a transaction here where it's like, okay, even if I'm low functioning, what picks up my slack is the ability to be high value.
There you go.
And then, which goes back to my point, to a woman won't do that for a man. And that's just the reality.
Won't do what part?
She won't go to the depths of understanding, like, yo, even though I have a high functioning man, if he doesn't provide value, then that function will run its course. Because if you're dealing with a high function and a high value woman, as we've identified her to be, those things will then need that matched. And more times than not saying that it's not capable or incapable of happening, these things have a deadline where it's like, okay, what are we really doing?
But I also, that goes to my point of saying that pain needs things, trauma needs things, healing wants. So when you have a woman who is healed and ain't perfect, okay, not perfect, just healed, done her work, she would be able to sustain any relationship that she's in with another human, regardless of where they are, functionality, value-wise, who is also just willing to sustain it, because she doesn't need him to do anything. She knows how to attach to the things that she wants in him. And from the beginning of meeting him, before we got to being married and being intimate, I've already identified, I want that, and that in you. We're talking about now, not tangible things. I want these things in you. These 5-hour conversations we have all night after I've seen clients for 12 hours. Baby, that recharges me to get up and kill the day. That's more important to me. I'm just speaking, maybe it's not me, but that's important to me. When I come home and I'm able just to lay up under you and you're funny as hell and start joking and I wasn't in no mood to joke, but you light me up, that's what I want in you. That's what I want. And so my healed part is picking the parts that are now feeding the healed in me. So I don't really need you to do anything outside of the functionality that I'm wanting from you. Now, when you come in and say, I say to you, baby, I want to go to Bora Bora, and you say, you know, daddy can't afford that, right? Do I turn and say, you ain't daddy? Hold on. Or do I do like Monique does with her husband and still call you daddy? Now, if you're asking me, subjective, well, whoever I choose, wherever he is, high or low or medium value, I hope he's a hybrid like myself. He's daddy and I love him. And I'm choosing from a place of being healed now. So I'm choosing what I know that I want long-term and not need for the season that my pain is in. See, I chose my ex-fiancés based on what the abandoned young woman needed in that season. I had no idea what I wanted. Healing introduces you to what you want. Pain and trauma eclipse what you want. It's always there, eclipse that. So as a woman now, do I want a man who is high functioning and high value and all those things? I mean, that would be great. But if I met a man who had what I wanted, not because I don't need it, but what I wanted, would I treat him any different than a man who's a billionaire? I'm going to treat him better because it's not because I have money and I don't need the money. I'm saying that when you think of longevity, okay, this is the problem. People are picking for the season. I'm not, but I'm 35 and I'm in my prime and I want to live a certain quality of life and I want to go on trips. That's what you want at 35, baby. But you ain't made it to 50 or 60 yet. And this is where what you were saying, as far as you have wise counsel around you. You got women like your mama who would say, baby, listen, you might choose him at 35, but that man ain't going to be
with him at 55.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. So my thing is, a healed woman or man, we're choosing now for 55, 60, and 70, and 80. I'm choosing now the father for my kids. I'm not getting pregnant and then going, Cam, so you don't change diapers? These are conversations, these are foreplay conversations to me when I'm dating you. It's, so how do you feel about kids? What religion do you feel our kids should be? Do you think private school or this?
Just drop the big bag on private school.
But for me, that's what I'm saying, the functionality does matter. For me, these conversations are foreplay.
Yeah.
So do you believe in discipline? Are you gonna get mad if our kids have a black mom in the house and I say, get your ass off the couch? Is that a problem with you because you cursed at my kid? See, this is foreplay for me. So when I say conversations that are high functioning look like that for me, if this is feeding me and we end up married, that means you've already fed me enough where I believe you can take me to 50, 60. Not you can take my 41-year-old self to freaking Paris and buy me a Birkin and I can shine for the season. And then in your words, it runs its course. If I'm choosing for today, whatever our intention is what manifests. If I'm choosing for a meal ticket or if I'm looking for you to have an investment baby with, because that happens too, let's keep it 100.
A lot.
Okay. So then once we get together and I'm left as a single mama, knowing my intent was to get pregnant anyways, why am I gaslighting you? When I knew my intent was to come in. I didn't tell you my intent, but I knew what my intent was. I'm trying to get the bag. So we only lasting my intention, not yours. My intention runs its course. I get the baby, I get the bag, and you not there. Now I'm going, Cam's horrible. He ain't no good father. I'm just saying from that situation.
I can't relate. Let's just change that name because like
that's fine. But what I'm trying to explain is it runs its course.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? And so for women who are choosing from a place of being healthy, we're choosing from what we want. And what we want, not just for today, what we want long-term in a partner. And again, your trauma will always choose what it needs to be fed now, which means your ego says, I need the limelight, so I'm gonna choose him for that. I need the trips. I need whatever I never had. I need to not feel abandoned right now. And this Cam's giving me the attention for my abandonment to feel cushioned. Let me choose that. And then what happens is I choose it once, it becomes a cycle. Women get comfortable in the dysfunction, which was already what I was choosing from in the first place. And so I'm going to go ahead and just nest in dysfunction, knowing that I can't get nowhere in this. Because whether dysfunction runs its course or it keeps running its course, either way, it's unhealthy.
See, this is where, and we got to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
But I would say this, to that point that you just made, I think men find or should find a lot of value in resumes of women to say, you mean to tell me you don't got nobody that your parents?
Hold on. So men, inquiring minds want to know, do y'all care about a woman's resume? I mean her complete resume. Do you care? Do you ask for one? Do you review it? What are you looking for on said resume? Do y'all care? What's going on, Green Beans? Question on the table is, do men care about women's resumes? Complete history of what's been going on in this particular woman's life. Yeah, to answer your question, Slick, I don't think she did. I'm trying to remember. I don't think she did. If she did, it wasn't long. We see someone, hell no, what's that gonna do around the house? Well, wouldn't that let you know whether or not they need to be in your house? Just asking for a friend. Let's let us have Cam explain this.
I'm saying, your auntie ain't, your girl, your closest friend, she ain't in a relationship. Okay, cool. But also as a woman,
Right.
I'm about to procreate with a man. He already got multiple kids that he's not taking care of. Where's the accountability? So you are literally saying, I'm going to be the difference maker in this situation.
And how often does that happen?
A lot.
No,
now,
how often does that person become the difference maker?
No,
none. It almost never happens.
So I will move this discussion right along. Curious to know, have you ever dated outside your race?
I have.
Okay. Could you, for the people in the audience who's watching this or will watch this, could you date outside your race?
I could.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Now.
Hold on. Okay, hold on, Groot. How does her resume have nothing to do with who she is when that is literally the people she interacts with, where she comes from, what she's been doing with her life? That's literally who she is. I'm just asking. Y'all, this football game is shit. I'm just gonna be real honest. This has not lived up to the hype. Not at all. Well, let's see what Cam got to say.
Is that something that, are you open in regards to manifestation? Listen, God, just bring him to me. I mean, good hair, nappy hair. I mean, European hair, Wakanda hair. It don't matter. I need my hubby.
Dominican hair. Yes, I am very obedient to God's will first. And God has a permission to override any silly decisions I make, okay, to bring me his will. However, and I'm open to dating outside my race. Right. If I can have it my way, right? And it's something that I'm choosing from. I love my Black men. And so I wouldn't be choosing outside of my race. How can I say it? Because Black men weren't my priority. It would be, again, an organic, it happened. This man happens to be long-term meeting wants. And this is just what, in my spirit, God says, this is what I have for you. And him too he'd be the king. He would be daddy. He'd be all that, regardless if he came Wakanda hair and long as he have a Wakanda. Okay, anyways, but what I was saying was, I'm back. We talking about my husband. I had to manifest him the right way.
Yeah, you did.
The right way, ladies.
Yeah, you did.
Doc is back. But I would definitely date outside my race. Yes.
So does race matter in regards to finding love?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Not love.
You know, Wakanda only come in Wakanda packages.
Have you been to Africa?
I'm from Africa.
Have you traveled to Africa?
I'm in Atlanta, baby. This is Africa.
So have you traveled to Africa?
That's a long way of saying no.
Not the continent.
No.
Okay, so.
Or the continent, I apologize.
Yeah, no problem. So you were saying, it may be challenging for a single woman to counsel married people. Well, I've traveled to Africa. So maybe hard for a man who has not traveled to Africa to say that in Africa, you only see one kind of.
Watch where you're going now.
Right, men, okay?
You're stepping in some quicksand if we want to go down that road.
Whatever you want to do. I'm just saying that love has no color, but also when you're talking about what kind of size, I don't believe that only one race of a species has a certain what kind of size. Now, I don't want to go deep into talking about penises for 15 minutes because I don't think that's what will help. Remember, my purpose is I want to do my job and I want to give the audience things that can change lives and I want to entertain. But I don't think a big penis has to do with one race of men. But if you want to go there real quick and touch it, go for it.
No.
Have you dated a white guy?
Never.
Okay. So you don't know.
I've never dated a guy.
You would not know.
I've never dated a guy.
Right. Okay. So for a woman who has dated.
Let's just put that out there.
Dated. I've never been intimate with a man outside of Black, but dating a white guy, I can say that there's a difference in cultural experiences, but I don't think I haven't seen, but I haven't been intimate with a white man, but I mean, I haven't seen things. I don't think there's a big difference to me in white or Black when it comes to your penis.
This is my point that I was saying, and we're kind of taking a step back to Euro step to try to score.
Right.
Now, I'm having a hard time to believe a very educated, a very attractive woman out of 41 years have not met Mr. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough time to find a lot of things out.
I bet.
And yet,
mm-hmm.
no kids,
mm-hmm.
single.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, but I am saying,
mm-hmm.
are women's expectations unrealistic?
No, I'm gonna say, like I said on Nick, the question shouldn't be why isn't a woman of age, of success, of a certain caliber not married with kids? The question should be, why are people rushing to the altar just to become divorcees or baby mamas and baby daddies?
Mm-hmm.
I think if anything, we need to be teaching our society.
And I hate that. Why are we jumping straight from we getting married to the shit gonna end? How the hell they opening up the doors to the church and you like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What, you know what I'm saying? If this don't mess up, if this come to an end, I'm gonna be doing A, B, C, and D. Like, come on. What you say, Defco? All her word salad too. Most men from the outside looking in, and she's perfect to smash and dash rather than keep. Okay. The mask she wears is made of the finest porcelain. She's a China doll made from damaged tears of a clown. Wow. Yeah, I just y'all 5 minutes ago, y'all was talking about manifesting this man. Now she talking about getting married and the shit ending. I need y'all to come on. Why we gotta go straight to it ain't gonna work? What's going on, MC? How you doing? I hate that. Hell, if you're gonna manifest it, then you need to manifest it lasting. Manifest it being what you want. He said a box probably fire, but her mouth is why no one want to keep her. Okay.
Take your time, young man or young woman, so that you can get to know not just this person, but yourself first, so that you can choose a life partner. Not that that person isn't exempt to divorce, instead of rushing to the altar just to become a divorcee or a baby mama and have multiple kids by multiple women, just to say you have broken families everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see no benefit in that. I believe, like I tell my brother, he's in here, Shane, all the time, and who's 31 with no kids and doing well for himself. Take your time. You don't need to rush to an altar just to divorce this woman. And another thing is people who actually feel high valued within themselves, not financially. Internally, they feel high valued. They're not rushing to have a wife or a husband at the expense of divorce just to feel like they've added value to themselves, because it's a deficit if you're marrying for the wrong purposes. It is an asset if you're marrying from a place of creating a family, of creating stability, of raising kids who can see this thing move and this house not be homeless, but this house have wealth in it, the real wealth that actually sustains. And so for me, I'd rather take my time choosing than end up doing time because I'm making wrong decisions. I'm good.
Say less. Next question. How young are you willing to go?
Ooh, I love that. See, now this is when the conversation gets good.
Come on now. We want to know that.
I'm gonna.
Because look, I told you now.
Listen. Hold on.
Come on.
What?
Because
you going or I'm going? Who going first?
You.
Okay.
I mean.
So I'm willing to, I think, late 20s.
Men, this is where you turn the TV all the way up. Go ahead.
Not all the way up.
Late 20s would be the youngest However,
we got to put a number
That's like
on
his
that
son.
though. Like you 27, 26.
27-ish.
X's.
Mhm. But
Okay.
again, it depends on the maturity level of that man.
But this is where I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
But
I
this
knew.
is where
I baited you. I knew where we were going.
your patience has
Be there.
to give him the
100%.
patience to bring his value
Yeah.
up, or his function up to his
100%.
value.
100%.
Right.
100%.
But
100%.
so now
100%.
100%
Yeah.
this too.
100%.
A woman who has high value will not entertain or be patient with a guy that does not have.
Yeah, especially if she has certain
100%.
100%. She will.
That's
Especially if she has certain especially if she has certain criterions that she knows most men of her age won't meet.
That's
yes, she has to.
So therefore, I'm telling you,
If
a man of high value is a transactional type of thing. So to your point, it's like, I know, I look at you, I look at women all the time. I have a beautiful establishment that we're in right now.
Right.
Fellowship. It garners a consumer that's about their business. This is not hookah smoking and standing on couches and section. No, it's not that.
Right.
This is sugar daddy's addy in here. This is businesswoman. No, you need to, we need to get this on right.
Lord.
I see it happen so many times.
Wow.
Dress code. You're not coming here with Jordans and flip-flops. Like you can't do that. You can't disrespect the altitude.
Yeah, the culture of what's here.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with that, I know and I understand a lot of people see my situation and not think that I'm not high function.
What situation?
See my situation. That's a very vague question, and this for you.
What situation are you referring to that they're looking at and thinking is not high function?
Just my life.
Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
My life.
See, don't deflect. Let's stay here. Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
Both really.
And they think that you're low functioning.
No, I don't.
You just said people see your life and think you're not high functioning. The opposite of that would be low functioning.
No. Okay, so here you go. You're trying to take my intentions away from this. Is can I correct it? Or can I give you more?
More information. Heck yeah.
So I'm not married, right? No. I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I didn't do my research.
Right, let's clarify that. Let's clarify that. Cam has 6 biological children. He has sired 6 children. 2 of his baby mamas had children prior to getting involved with him, and he claims those children as well, which would give you a total of 8. That he has sired 6 children. Yeah. So they stay out. They say, what's going on, Prime? They stay out. They stay out. You say, if only sports stars knew what the white owners say about their players' light skin privilege has allowed me to see and hear the things colors ain't ready for. Child, don't you know it? Don't you know it? Don't you know it? Don't you know it? Yeah, slavery real. Slavery ain't over either. He just look different. Let's hear him about these 8 kids and his situation.
But 8, okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
by how many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. Now.
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I just want God
about your wife?
I just want God to bring him.
Oh, okay.
No.
And you have, so you just
because my point is this. My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you had said, Dr. Brian, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active. Okay? So you're creating, in disclaimer, the kids are innocent. They are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies, because I can't wait to be a mom, and I love the kids, period. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far. But these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. So at what point do you feel the fear, do it anyways? And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior to say that I am going to create these homes. Let me go better. I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody who you're spending your life with. And then I'm going to build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and it's selfish.
Just tell me when I can solve.
Yeah, almost. That's completely unfair and that's selfish. And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works. Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and this box and that box and this box. And then here you go over here trying to figure out what box you're going to feed or entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box. It's unhealthy. And it's a huge dysfunction within our Black community that I truly believe personally, statistically, mental health wise, and community wise, that Black men would stop.
Black men would what?
Stop doing that, that they would stop that dysfunctional behavior of compartmentalizing and creating houses, not homes, and then finally a home with the wife. And then you have all these other houses that are homeless, but you over here at some point when you do get a wife, if you do, I'm saying if that's what you want, you will, you'll get whatever you want. You're trying to create a home. Totally dysfunctional and extremely, that's the epitome of selfish. Epitome of selfish. I'm done, you can go for it.
Okay, say less. All right, so what identifies as a broken home?
What you have going on with these, whoever you're not in the house with is a broken home. It's called a blended family. It's called a blended family.
That means?
That the family is blended. So blended
So blended means broken?
Yeah.
Okay. So the guy that you were entertaining, you would go as low as 26.
That I would entertain?
Yes.
Got it, okay.
And as high as what age?
Whatever man that doesn't have kids.
As high as
whoever doesn't have kids, whatever age he is with no kids.
I just
no, that's the age. I'm saying I don't have an age range as far as how old if he has no kids.
So your non-negotiable is a person who does not have children.
My non-negotiable is a person with kids, but yes, I get how you're saying it. Yes. So
you cannot date a person. You cannot be with a person.
I can, but I'm choosing not to.
So
I can be with anyone, but I'm choosing not
to.
I gotta correct it. It's my narrative, Cam.
You're jumping in, jumping out. It's either.
Cam. No, it's not I can't. There's no such thing. I can date whoever I want. I am definitely well equipped to do so. Okay. So I'm not going to allow that word to be something that fits what I can't do. I'm well equipped to date anybody.
Yes.
My preference, because there's nothing wrong with a lot of men who have kids. So I don't want to put that narrative out there. Yes. My personal preference is I would not choose to date a man with kids.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're dating a man with kids. Just a scenario.
Oh, okay, got it. Yes.
You're dating a man with kids.
Yes.
So you've identified that that's a broken home from the jump with your verbiage of blended family means broken.
I've identified that I'm dating a broken man who is creating who he is, because we could teach what we know, we create who we are. And so broken people create brokenness, whether it's through a child, whether it's through a relationship, whether it's through themselves. It doesn't have to be a beautiful baby, but you're creating brokenness. And broken people can come from married households. I'm not saying that a two-parent household can't create the result of a child who then has brokenness and creates broken blended families everywhere. I'm not negating that.
That's not my point.
No, I know, I'm making that point. But yes.
But my point.
My answer is, I not only identified that those homes are houses without a home because he's not in them.
Yeah.
But also that he's a broken man.
But you're going to be with a broken man.
No, I won't. I just said I wouldn't be with a man. I wouldn't be with a broken man who has multiple kids. I would
No, not multiple. I'm talking
a kid. It doesn't matter.
So you're not going to date a man with children.
No, but let me clear this up, because you said I won't date a broken man. That's not what I said.
No, I said, are you, listen to what I'm saying.
I heard you. Let me answer it. Hold on. We all have a level of brokenness. So will I date a broken man? Yes. Am I going to date a certain type of brokenness? No.
Of course you're not.
And that type of brokenness is a man who has kids outside of me isn't something that's conducive for what I want forever.
But will you date him?
No.
So that goes to my point. I'm trying to ask a question. You have two different men right here. One man who has...
I will not date a man with kids.
Okay, that's all I'm asking.
Yes.
Yeah.
But do you understand? Just off of the statistics.
You know, not only how to...
Here we go. Go ahead and be a statistic and say it, because I hear it all the time. And it...
What?
Say it.
You say what you're saying, and I'm going to either...
Based on statistics, most men have kids. Go for it.
At your age.
But that's why I said early on, Cam, when you said young and remember the patience of me being older woman, I said, well, for, you know, a woman who has certain qualifications or criterions like no kids, that would be, I have to have enough brain cells to know, baby, that's the payoff. Okay, he may be younger, successful, no kids, but now you have to make sure you implement the patience. Or you get you an older man who has kids and he could have been married with his kids. There's a lot of different scenarios why men have kids, okay? But then you don't have to have as much patience with him as maturity-wise. But do you want to have patience to say, and it's not even dealing with, because that's not bad. You want to have enough patience to gut the fact that you are dating a man with young kids or grown kids, and that's against what you want, your value system. For me, I rather choose the poison of, I'll have patience with you, baby. We'll just have to figure this out, and I'm cool with that, and we'll have a good time in the meantime. Then I know that you have kids. It's against something I never wanted as a child. And now, if you have young kids, I'm going to be very involved because I'm a loving woman. I'm never going to take
But you're giving a scenario that you're saying...
that I wouldn't do. Right, and those are the reasons why I wouldn't do them.
For sure.
Because I'm going to be involved, right? I'm never going to be a woman who's not.
But I must defend this situation. I have 8 children. And
8 beautiful babies.
I will not, no baby mother of mine could ever say that she's a single mother, because single mother insinuates that she has no help. So for me in my situation, life be lifing. That's a common.
Yeah, it does.
And my situation is a product of life happening. So,
and none of us are exempt from it.
Of course.
Right.
So we have preferences.
100%.
We have things that we could say, okay, I would love to do this. I'm raised in a church. So my father would always direct us to say, hey, be this, be that, be that, be this. But I can also tell my father this, your reality is not my reality.
100%.
You walking into 7-Eleven is different than your son walking into 7-Eleven.
Sorry.
Makes sense to you. So I can agree with you, and we can agree to disagree, that I'm not creating broken homes. I'm doing the best with the situation that I was given and am given.
Wait, sir, nobody gave you the situations. You created the situations. You was with Kia. Y'all had 4 kids. You decided to try to get some side coochie. She got knocked up, and the shit blew up from there. She really want the kid. She wasn't doing nothing with the first one she had. She just was interested in the bag, which is why you had to find somewhere for this broad to live. And you're claiming her other kid. Then, after she went on about her married way, like, you know what I'm saying, she wanted to do in the first place, some kind of way you ended up with Jasmine. And I guess she said, I'll be damned if I'm gonna be sticking around here raising up all these kids and helping you and all this bullshit, and I don't have none of my own. So then she knocked up. So did nobody give you shit, Cam? You created these situations. You created all of this. And you kept piling on. So you sound like a chick, Cam. You're not a victim. You're not a victim, Cam. You got to be honest. You ain't no victim.
So, hands-on father? Absolutely. I don't subscribe to just bringing fatherless children or motherless children into this world. I have an unbelievable relationship with the mothers of my children. And it's healthy co-parenting that we show the children real love, real communication, real orders of operations. And I think that's key, because even though we have this unspoken societal pressure to do this and be this, but that's a unicorn that you're waiting for. Because if I'm sitting up here telling you like, yo, I have aspirations to have this, but my experiences have shown me that that person really doesn't exist. So when I'm asking or I'm asked questions of, is the expectations unrealistic?
Right.
Because my reality has garnered unbelievable connections with women around the world. Not in Africa. I haven't been in Africa, right? But at the same time, I've been able to make the best of my situation. And I can't say that that situation ever resulted into a broken home.
Got it. So this is my thing. You can label it whatever your her ego needs it to be labeled, so that you feel good about your choices. But at the end of the day, a family consists of a dynamic, and that dynamic consists of 2 parents and a child. And when you start to create that multiple times, that's called a blended family. And when there's somebody missing from the home, but they are the school daddy, meaning I pick them up or drop them off to school, or they are the sports mother or father, I come to the games, but they're not the, I wake up and go to sleep with my kids. That household now is broken by the family dynamic. That does not mean,
You're not describing me.
That does not mean, Cam, that you are not a dynamic father. That does not mean that you don't have a great relationship with him. I'm talking about the political construct of a family.
Societal construct, political construct.
If you want to, that's what I'm saying. If you want to call it that, that's fine. But listen,
those things that you
whatever we label it doesn't change our decisions, though.
That's what I'm trying to, that's what you don't understand.
So all of your baby mamas live in one house?
No, they do not. But my children stay with me.
So then it's still a broken house.
So what Cam means by that is that the co-parenting schedule that he has with the baby mamas is a week on, week off. So each parent has the kids a week at a time. So that's what he means by they with me. But listen, Cam, I love you to pieces. You my dude. You know, I've kicked it with you a couple times while you were still here. Listen, Cam, I love you to pieces, but this shit is out of order. It's out of order, Cam. I'm sorry. This is completely out of order. It is completely out of order. You creating, you know what I'm saying, you creating these children, you not, you know what I'm saying, staying with these women. So you know what I'm saying, you leaving them, you know what I'm saying, half traumatized and brokenhearted. Like this is just this not a good look, Cam. It's just confusion on top of confusion and trauma and pain. This no, this ain't a good look, Cam. Like I said, I love you to pieces. This ain't it. I think he done broke something. Yeah, Baltimore trying to win with 10 seconds left in the game. They got a second to go. This cornball. This dude, y'all can't catch. Y'all just, they always need some receivers. But apparently, I'm the only one who see that. I don't know why Harbaugh and none of the rest of them can't see none of that. His brother got it. He went and got him some receivers out there in LA. It's about to be the same story. Can't win because you have no receivers. What you say, Coach? You a broken family kid? F this dude to his soul. Wow. You ain't feeling Cam? Yeah, Coach. I have to. This is messy as hell. And you sitting here triggered. And again, I don't understand because again, this is not what Cam comes from. His parents still together. He has an older brother. He got married before he had his kids, and he got a younger brother who out here, child. That woman is how old is Kaylin, child? But that's he still have like some college. I mean, what the hell you gonna be a doctor? As long as you been this, he don't have no kids running around. Cam, the only one on this foolishness. I do not understand. Cam, the only one. Nobody else in the family moving like this. That bro got you triggered. Hell, Dr. Brand got him triggered. Like Cam, this is just not. This ain't the move. It ain't it. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's keep on going.
The mothers aren't in your home, so it doesn't make a difference.
That's making the best of the situation,
right? And listen, and let me say this: that part, I agree with.
Mm-hmm.
That part, I admire in you.
Okay.
That part, I think is amazing.
Hang on. The MC said, wait a minute. Damn. This boy ain't caught nothing all night long. Cut him. As soon as y'all get back to Baltimore, cut him. He caught nothing all night long. Anyway, I'm talking about like straight through his hands. Like he just watched me go through his hands. Like, oh, I think I was supposed to catch that. Anyway, so if he was in Africa married to a few women with children and they live in their own houses on the same compound, is that a broken home? I'm going to say no, because there is the opportunity for everybody to be in the same place at the same time since they are on the same piece of property. And usually what happens is the wives start out with their own home, but as they, have children, they usually combine all of that together. Like one section of the house might be for this wife in this section, this wife over in another piece. So oh shit, the boy called it. We got a touchdown. Hold up, y'all. We about to have a tie game. We're going to overtime. They usually, integrate all into the same house. So I'm gonna say in that instance, no. But this shit, he got Kia and they is in Georgia. I'm gonna be real honest. I need to. That second one looked like a fucking man. That looked like a whole fucking transvestite, and we never saw any pregnant pictures. She just supposedly had this damn baby. So I need to see some damn pictures, Cam. We need some pictures. But this heifer was in New York, and then Jasmine was in. He got a half a piece of toe on the line. I don't know how they gonna call it. Yeah, and then Jasmine was in Baltimore, but then she migrated to Georgia for Cam. So yeah, essentially in the beginning, these women was in 3 different places, and in the beginning, when he was with Kia, he was still playing for the Panthers, so he was here in Charlotte. They say it's out of bounds, so they're not calling it. The game is over. Damn, they took the touchdown back. I told you about these receivers. I done told you. So yeah, Cam doing too much. Let me say, if they're in different states, I understand where she's coming from. Yeah, his grandfather was an abuser, so no excuse. But he had 2 wives on the island and 1 in England. Dang, yo. Okay. Yeah, that's thug loving. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, the second chick, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think she's interested in being a parent at all, because I think that's the only kid Cam have like all the time. Like I think she gave him that baby and was like, do what you need to do. Like for real. Because he had that little boy all the time. Yeah, child, listen. It's the same old thing with Baltimore. Lamar got to do all the work. Y'all gonna get these shitty receivers, because I ain't never heard of neither one of these dudes. One didn't catch nothing. He had like 5 good balls that he got from Lamar. He didn't catch none of them. It'd be the same story every year. So okay, nothing new there. Yeah, Lamar. Yeah, that's why he made them pay. That's why he made them pay. He's like, I'm saying deal with this. Yeah, that's why he made their ass pay. So yeah, we back to the same old with the NFL. And then we'll be on tomorrow. When I say we, I'm talking about the Eagles. We in damn Brazil. I'm mad because I wanted to go. We in Brazil. I wanted to go. But yeah, folks is triggered. Cam is seriously triggered, and Doc trying to be cool, but let's go on. We still got
Amazing.
Right.
Cam, look at me. That part, I say thank you for being a man who's vertical, who stood up and dealt with his decisions, whether it was decisions you liked or you didn't, or you planned or you didn't, and you did what you had to do. That's called a man, baby. So thank you for being a man.
Yes, ma'am.
And doing your thing, seriously, with the best that you have. I think that's amazing.
Right.
And I say this, follow up, not to negate everything I just said, because I truly believe that and feel that. And I love that you did that. You didn't leave them fatherless. My father didn't leave me fatherless. It changed my life because he didn't leave me fatherless. I used to sit with him randomly and say, Daddy, thank you. For what? For not making me a fatherless little girl. Because I ain't out here desperate. And I got a daddy I can come home and nest in. I got a daddy I can come home who's a gangster, a street dude. I can make a phone call and you there. And you there. So I ain't looking for no street, excuse my language, nigga, to save me. I got my savior. I'm good. And the street dude to save me may crucify me. I'm good. Daddy ain't gonna crucify me. See, there's a difference. So with you, I'm saying thank you, because my father has 6 of us by 5 different women, but he was a father. And so when you say, Doc, but I'm a daddy, don't negate that. I hear you more than you believe me hear you, because I had a daddy who was a father, and he wasn't in the house with all of us, but from a woman who was a little girl who had the best daddy I've seen a girl have straight up to this day. I'm not saying you ain't, but that's my daddy. I wasn't in the house with him. So the things that whoever he was in the house with, that environment is different from me coming over and seeing it. Now, for your babies, they all live with you. Their environment is different from when they go with mommy, and mommy has whoever's in that house. So the roles have just switched, but it still makes not the kids, hear me out. It still makes the household dynamic is a blended, broken household. It doesn't mean that your babies have to grow up broken. This is what I want to be clear on. It doesn't mean that you as a father can change their life. I beat the odds of being a baby mama because I had a daddy that wasn't in the house, but he was in my life. He was in my ear. He was in my ass about decisions. So this is why I'm saying the household, baby, is still broken, but it doesn't mean your kids have to be. But it's about coming into awareness of what really is. And like my father knew, he had blended families, broken homes, but he tried to overcompensate, and he did in every way he could by being a daddy. So that's all I'm saying is we can label it what we want, but the reality is this is what a blended family looks like, unless you're telling me it's polyamorous and you're not. This is what a broken household looks like. Now, let me go further. Do broken households make for good people? You damn right. I'm not a statistic. I ain't perfect. I work through my stuff. I come from the inner city, the hood. I'm a product of teenage parents, a dope dealer and an addict who is now sober and killing it. My mama's a VP of my company, runs everything, got her own business. And I'm a doctor. So people like me come from situations like that. So I'm always advocate for it, but I'm always keep it real about what it is. Because in order for us to take it and heal it and do something with it, we got to call a damn duck a duck so we know where to put it, what to feed it, how to do it, and what it needs. We can't be in this society as Black people and want to give things different words so that it makes us feel better about our decision. The decision is made. It is a broken home. It is a blended family. And now what are we going to do with these beautiful babies so that your son, you got boys? I'm guessing out of 8, you got to have some boys. So that your boys make different and better decisions than daddy did. Not that you didn't do the best of what you had, but so your boys can say, Daddy, I admire you, but I did it different. Daddy, thank you for not letting me be fatherless, but I did it different. Your daughter can say, Daddy, I only married him and got all 5 kids with just one because 2 things, you was in my life, and because I didn't have to choose from despair, and because I love you, but I didn't want to have 3 or 4 or 5 kids by multiple men. So I chose different than you. But watch this. But he has these similarities about you that I love. He's loving. He won't leave me hanging. He's stable. He got my back. Because that's what I love about you. But your choices is what I didn't choose in this man. And that's okay. I don't choose my father in men who have the multiple kids, but I choose my daddy in men who are solid, and who got my back, and who love me unconditionally, and who dote on me, and still treat me like his baby at 41. That's all I'm saying. So you're doing a hell of a job, thank you. But the situation is what it is. It's the reality of it.
I can talk.
Yes.
Okay. Woo. Now, we're going to press the space bar with that real quick. And we have to get to our game.
We have a game?
Oh, you don't play games?
I do.
Okay.
I love games. I'm excited. I was excited.
I'm pretty sure 26 will come with a lot of games. But needless to say, let's play a game. With Dr. Bryant. You hear other people's emotions. Let's learn about yours. In a game we like to call Inside Out with Dr. Bryant.
I love it. Let's go.
The movie Inside Out plays on the tropes of 5 different core emotions. You seen Inside Out?
I haven't. I need to.
You don't got kids, so. Using this idea as a reference, giving us 5 things that cause a deep joy, anger, sadness, fear, and disgust. Right? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you a word, and you're going to give me an example of what triggers these.
Ooh, this is good. Okay, I'm gonna have to use this with my clients. Can I steal it? Can I use it? This is.
I got. It's something that's so pending, and I look. I'm trying to be so obedient and functioning high value or high functioning by just stopping and saying, "Oh, I can't." Woosah. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
The first word is emotions.
Love and healthy.
The next word is joy.
My family, my brother, Shane, my mom, my nieces and nephews.
Next word, anger.
I can't say the word that came to my mind, but I'm a code switch it.
No, keep it funky.
I got to code
Keep it
switch
funky.
again.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh,
see, you promised to keep it funky, all funky. So help you God. Why you keep reciting all these biblical versions and all these different?
Yeah, it ain't nothing biblical about what I thought. Okay, say the word again and I'll say it. Say the word again.
Well, like they say in church, let them use you.
Woo.
So the word is, as you heard, you're so intellectual for you not to listen.
So I can't code switch it. Damn, go ahead.
Anger.
F-U-C-K. Negroes. That's what comes with it. And it's
F-U-C-K, fuck, nigga, free.
That's what comes. That's what comes to mind. Yeah.
You get angry
about that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We got to break those generational curses, man. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. All right, here we go. Next word is sadness.
God, that didn't resonate with me. It should take me longer to get there. Sadness. I'm stuck.
No, impossible.
No, I'm let me take
stuck. No.
With the sadness, I'd have to go with my father and grandmother's recent death. That would go with grief for me.
Yeah.
Grief, 100%. Okay. Yeah.
Next word is fear.
Fearless comes up for me. Bring it. Whatever it is, let's go.
But that's deflecting.
Yeah, but I'm not a fear person. So fear of fear of fear of creating a broken home for my babies. I don't want that. If I had to choose a fear, creating a broken home for my babies. I've waited too long.
Last word.
Oh, shit.
Disgust.
A nasty, abusive, narcissist, personality, attitude, with no intent but to bleed and spill their pain onto other people. Disgusting.
There you have it.
Yeah.
But can I go back to something real quick?
Yeah, of course.
With your prognosis, Dot, of my situation, would you consider me a high value man?
High valued or high functioning?
High value and high functioning.
High valued, yes. I think that you are. Wait. Hold on.
You got my undivided attention.
Okay. High valued, yes.
Okay.
Because obviously you have the value.
Okay.
Right. High functioning, I believe that you are a hybrid. I think that you are in the journey, in the process of still becoming. I think that you have more low functioning behaviors. Seriously. And I think that your thoughts and emotions, when you're allowing yourself to really be you, not Cam Newton I'm on, not Cam on the field, whatever this personality you've created. I think your thoughts and emotions are high functioning when you're being the core of the essence of who you are. I'm just gonna be obedient. And I believe and hope that your babies, especially your boys, they let more of that part of you that's in them shine and lead. Then not the decision making, I'm not saying, then the part of, has nothing to do with decision making, then the part of that has been masked or the part that entertains. I hope that they can, because for them, for their benefit, they can dwell in who they are, which is that part of the high functioning and that loving and that vulnerable piece that you do have that I've seen, just sitting here with you. That part's beautiful. And I think you should let that be out more. Why you don't? Think that goes in with your fear, but that's a whole nother segment. Go ahead. That goes in with your whole fear of divorce and all this other stuff, but that's a whole nother, that'll be a session we do one-on-one. A whole nother session.
Yeah, but those are also life experiences though. See, this is where I was holding back from your critique on broken and blended. So basically any man you're fucked if you're trying to get.
Well, dang, just
Dr.
take their hope from them.
No, it's you said that.
I didn't say they're
You
fucked.
said there's no chance.
I didn't say no chance.
There's no chance.
Okay.
Your words, not mine. That you would ever get with a guy that had children. So the reality of that is like life happens, situations happen, and I would ascribe to this narrative: do the best you possibly can.
Absolutely.
In this thing that we call life.
100%.
Because it's tough, it's hard. I'm a father to my children, not because of me being able to pay for private schools. I'm a father to my children because I treat them not only how society is going to treat them, I give them the wisdom. Not only did my father give me, but I also give the nurturing that my family provided for me, doing the best. Now, my circumstances of growing up were
right.
Mom, dad, religion. I seen that.
So what happened?
I just went down the other street that I was curious to find out, like most people.
And curiosity did what?
Killed the cat.
That cat.
Bought coochie.
That cat. Yeah. And that's the problem. Buying coochie and creating babies and throwing D's instead of creating F's, which is the family. We talked about that earlier. That's a problem. That is another dysfunction that needs to stop. That's not healthy. That's dysfunctional.
We've identified
so
that.
Curiosity killed the cat. So the cat got killed while trying to find some cat.
We've identified that. But what I'm basically saying is, even though we have hopes of having what we desire, it doesn't always.
I agree.
And that's
I agree.
My point.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree.
So But
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you can finish. You want me to wait? I'll hold it because it's for you.
So when you try to stereotype or you try to analyze a situation, and it's a lot of people's concern and curiosity. But the truth of the matter is, my father, who is still in my life, who is the most influential male in my life, and my mother also, I've seen that structured dynamic. And to the best of my ability, I will be able to give that to my children.
I believe you.
So,
yeah,
your question.
I believe you.
Thanks, sir.
You said life, and be doing this thing, of course, and none of us are exempt to what life does. So there's no point even personalizing it. It's just more about who's next for life. What is your outlook or your analysis on people who life has lifed with, but they just happen to make different decisions that breeded a more healthier result, even with the same things that life threw? Life threw this person a curveball. One person decided to step forward and get hit by it so they could take their walk to the first base. The other one stepped back and cracked the home run. And the other one just striked out. Same curveball, right? So to the person who hit the home run, do you call it, and I'm asking this, but it could be some other answer. Do you call it luck? Do you call it just a strong internal locus? Do you call them just a good decision maker? What do you say for that? Because we always talk about, the people who doing the best they can with their life, the folks who've made these certain decisions, and where do we go from there? And that's okay. But what about the people who lifed, but they just happen to make better decisions? Not be a better person, just make better decisions. So life's results look very different for them, but they came from a place of struggle as well. What about that person?
That's a loaded question. I'm trying to answer.
Just answer it however you can think to answer it.
Yeah, but whether you took a hit, whether you striked out, whether you hit a home run or not, if you have another opportunity at bat, that's all that really matters. What are you going to do then? Because everybody who plays baseball don't always strike out. Everybody who plays baseball don't always get hit. And for damn sure, everybody who plays baseball don't always hit home runs.
Absolutely.
So you have to carpe diem, seize the moment that you're in or the situation that you're in. And no matter who it is, I will not let you dictate what you think or you think
right.
or you, because
what you're doing or what you got going on.
Yeah, it's like the truth of the matter is like, yo, I know who I am. I'm so comfortable in that. And it's so enlightening to hear these things from not just you, but just a lot of people, because it gives you different perspectives.
Right, right.
And at the absolute worst, we can agree to disagree.
100%, yeah.
So as I'm doing these type of things, as I'm really intrigued more like to talk, because as you went to school for your degree, I also got a degree in sociology, which also had me take psychology classes.
Yeah.
So instead of judging
doesn't make you an expert, sir.
the stem or the branch of the tree, I'm forced to judge the foundation of the tree to really say, hold on, that goes all the way back to, you've experienced something that's making you act.
Associations to it, absolutely.
For sure. So that's how I believe. I love speaking, I love chatting. And one of the main things too that you talked about that you wanted to highlight is mental health.
Yeah.
I think
mental health.
As a culture, we have to normalize I'm not okay.
Yes. Yes.
We have to normalize or process emotions that may not be harmful to society, our environment, or most importantly to you. So let's talk about mental health for you and how you've used your platform to not only acknowledge, but to educate.
Yeah, no, like I said early on, my whole purpose of becoming a doctor and doing it on television platform, and then podcast platform, like your amazing platform now, was to, one, share my story of a little girl from the hood, and product of what I shared earlier. And so that people understand, to your point, that, whatever dirt or mud you came from, that's not the dirt or mud you got to plant in. And that, soil can be recreated and soil can be plowed up, in what that looks like. And so also that saying you're not okay is actually 50% of you getting to the okay you're trying to get to. And awareness and accountability of saying I'm in the dark is letting someone know who can possibly help you get to the light switch to turn on the lights. And it's all about the lights turning on so that you take inventory of where you at, who you with, and who you are. And only then can you start to create when you can see. Yeah. Right? And so I just, to everyone in general, because mental health is a human right, it's not just a Black right. Right. But specifically to the folks in our Black community, we need to start to deliver and not dismiss each other. Not only in the therapy session, but on the podcast. We need to have an exchange that says, this is my subjective opinion, this is your subjective opinion. And any point in time that I feel, Cam says something that I can deliver him from. Delivering doesn't mean I'm some know-it-all or an expert. Delivering means I admire you for being a father. Dude, you are amazing for taking the breadcrumbs and saying, let me go on and make a loaf with this. So that in my perspective, I'm doing everything I can to fool this bread and not have these pieces spread around. So that's the delivery piece. Dismissal is, because of your choices, you low functioning, you ain't nothing. That's dismissing. But delivery is, listen, your decisions created this. All right, so now what are we gonna do with that? And how can I be a part of helping do that with that? How can I be a part? I want to be an extension of it. How can I help that mold into these beautiful things? So your babies could look back and be like, Daddy helped us do all this, and this is where I went different than him. Only because it made me better in this way. And that's okay, right? The other thing is, man, depression and throwing around depression, throwing around these different mental health diagnoses. You can have symptoms of anything. And not be it. And I think in our society, people get caught up in, I'm depressed, or I'm having anxiety, or I'm ADD, or I feel these ways. We have down days that represent a lot of symptoms of depression. Doesn't mean that we are. However, if we are, then we need to be seeking help. Because again, we are creating us everywhere we go, in our relationships, with our kids, with our family. And if we even just want to say we care about our loved ones, getting help is something that helps them. And for parents out there, and I'm not a parent, but I'm with parents for the 17 years I've been doing it. I'm the oldest of 7. I didn't birth, but I parented, all of my siblings. I know it's a big difference, mamas. I'm not taking that from y'all.
A big one.
Big difference. I'm putting that out there. I get it. But still, as a parent or folks who have little ones looking up to you, the best thing you can do for them is to get help and show them what help looks like and show them what asking for help looks like. And Black men, I'm going to say because I can speak for me, and I think I'm speaking for the collective, but we love y'all. We here. We got y'all back. We don't need you to do nothing but show up and let us know what it is that you do know, and please be okay with the things you don't know. And allow, if it ain't us, an ally. I don't care if the person don't look like us, to help you not get to where I want you to be, not get to where outside wants you to be, your parents, society, but to really help you figure out where and who you want to be, because that person is who we love and that person is who we need you to be. And learn to evolve with each other, not just in relationship in the bed, but I want us to evolve with each other, Cam, sitting across 2 couches together.
Yeah.
Right? And I want you to create a safe space for me to be a woman who's made decisions that landed me in a place of not being a statistic and not taking that as a pun intended to you. You know what I mean? Or a pun intended to someone else who was sitting here. But applaud me for being a good decision maker and coming from a place where I could have took a whole different route. And me be able to sit here with you creating 8 beautiful babies and your homes and families and operating in a space from the best you can. And me complimenting that. So I think that's where the delivery comes in at is, I see you where you at. You see me where I'm at. It is totally different places, but doesn't mean that I can't take and learn from whatever you got going on and vice versa. And we make sure we expand together as folks.
Okay.
It's getting teary-eyed, y'all. I didn't want to say it.
No, by no stretch of the imagination. Not to say that, I don't cry. I think I found myself, even to that point, crying and admitting to crying more about my children, right? I was like, my father to me is my hero to this day, right? And when I look at my children, I see that look in my sons to this day. And it's certain parenting tools that my father didn't do with me, but the point was pushed across the finish line.
Right.
That I want to give my children. That's not to say that my dad wasn't an amazing dad, which he is. There are certain things that as a son, I wish he would have did certain things different, but our parents aren't perfect.
Yeah, but that's all of us as we get older. We aim to do different and better always.
So the thing that my children have taught me is unlocking emotions. And also, it's just not my children, it's my partner now. And she does an amazing job with identifying that. It's like, tell your daughter, like, I'm making you better for your daughter. You doing what? Trust me, babe. It ain't no, calm down. We not yelling. I'm not yelling, babe, but I just want you to feel me. Feel me. Yes. Kuda needs you. Kiri needs you. Tweet needs you. Like, these things is where it's a place of refuge, not a place of war.
Right.
So as I'm living, I'm not afraid to say, bro, I cry. Man, my sons make me proud. And even though
he don't want to get married,
my dad never verbalized that, I knew what he meant. Okay. So now what's different is the patience that my children teach me without telling me, Pop, Dad, this is how I learn. Stop yelling at me or stop being soft on me. Tell me what I actually need to do, right? It's those things where it's like, man, we just have a beautiful moment. And I know my son, you know what I'm saying, love boba tea. It's like, yo, boom, let's go get some boba. Boba is right next to Papa John's. We go get a stuffed crust. Like, boom, that's our thing. But each one of my children is different. And it's a different emotion that comes out from me. And it encapsulates or embodies and allows me not to compartmentalize out of like, yo, you're compartmentalizing. It just allows me to
know each child.
Oh my God.
And serve them at their needs.
And that right
beautiful.
there is like, I'm the intrusive dad where I love you, boy. Come here, give me a hug. Like, go brush it. But you musty, boy. Going upstairs. Like those, that's how, I mean, even with my friends, even with my team, right? I can sometimes be too blunt.
Yeah.
And I'm learning, right? But enough about me. I obviously, when we were talking about your intro, back in the day, it was like a badge of pride to say NAACP. You know what I'm saying? Black, when Martin Luther King and these activists were people who were so stoic, they believed in something, they stood for something, they spoke for the community. How can young individuals get a part of certain programs or certain things that push the culture forward in a healthy way?
I love that. Well, for one, they can become members, obviously, right? And you just go to NAACP.org and become a member, or go to our Instagram, NAACP1069. Also, you have, local branches you can be involved in. But at a higher level, what we need also, is to have a lot of the celebrities who tend to enjoy the NAACP Image Awards every year. They like to attend it. They like to be awarded by it. I think they need to contribute more to it. And when I say contribute, I'm not only talking about financially, because, we have that. We can always use more. But contribute in the sense of their presence. Even if they don't become a member, come through, put a program in their name, come through, put a camp, whether it's a baseball camp, a basketball camp, a football camp, I'm in LA, in the city of LA, and put your name on it. That brings kids. Your name also will bring funding. And so even if you don't do nothing but give your name, which is free, give your name, attach it to it, partnership with our NAACP, or get the funding behind it, run that camp, run that scholarship, run the golf tournament, whatever that is. We create the whole thing. But I really believe that people who have not even so much money, but the name and the face and the status recognition, the way they can help is attaching themselves to our NAACP. And we have a lot of celebrities that are already attached to it. We got Denzel Washington, we got Viola Davis, we have big, even the baby did a lot of work with us 4 years ago with the Biden administration as far as campaigning. He was really amazing with that. But I'm saying that to say, other celebrities, reach out. I'm _Dr. Bryant. You can Google me, reach out to us, or any other NAACP. We need to bring more of the community aspect back into the community so that we get the young kiddos and the adolescents and the teenagers learning how to be okay in their Blackness, and also learning career, socioeconomics literacy, learning what mental health really is. You have so many kids, adolescents, Cam, who are in the inner city, in the hood, who don't even know that they have mental health illness. Then they become victims of crime when they're not victims of crime. They're victims of mental health. And so I wrote a whole resolution for NAACP nationally that's about mental health diversion in the courtroom. So you have someone come in and they committed a crime, and there's a mental illness attached to it that they haven't been diagnosed, that state has to pay for a psychologist to come in and assess them. And if they need to diagnose them, they divert their prison time to mental health diversion, to mental health treatment and help and assistance, so that we can help this kid recreate and reprogram who they are, their choices, their decisions, and we can stop the criminal recidivism rate, meaning going back to jail over and over again, and break that cycle, which is modern day slavery. And so we can take them back and say, look, we're gonna get you mental health resources and put you in a place where you can make different decisions, because most of the time our babies are not criminals. They literally have mental health illness, or they're suffering from abandonment or attachment disorder or anxiety disorder or ADHD, or they're not ADHD. They just ain't got shit to do. You know what I mean? And they have a lot of energy, and there's a place they need to be able to put it. So those things for me are really important on just getting our young boys and girls and adult boys and girls to identify with what they got going on, so they can start to get the resource to help themselves get out of that. And so, yeah.
Listen, my last thing here is you published a book titled Mental Detox, right?
Yeah.
And I must say the whole title, The Power and Guidance to Implement Peace, Joy, Balance, and Financial Abundance in Your Life. What was that process of doing that? Are we looking out for another publishing from the Dr. Cheyenne, Nicole, Brian? Like what's next?
Yeah, so my next book, the ABCs to Wellness, is a book about the tools from A through Z on what wellness is, what mental health is, how do you obtain it, and then how do you maintain it when you're there. And it takes you from A to Z to do that. Looking for it to be available September 2024, coming out really soon. My literary team is working on it now. Great team. And I gotta say this, shout out to my boy 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson, for literally coming in and believing in me and putting a whole literary team around me.
Yeah.
I mean, literally 50 came in and was like, yo, what? Like, hold on, huh? Like, dude, like, you're amazing. Hold up. Team. And I mean, and he did it like this. And so just want to say thank you to 50 for doing that. Really, really amazing. But writing my first book, it was about just, my book is old. Mental Detox is old. It was in 2014. And for some reason, if y'all want to find out, go purchase it, or, but it is still selling like crazy now and ended up being the bestseller. And it's a quick read, only 100 pages. And it's just really about detoxing your mind of the negative thoughts, of the distorted thinking, reprogramming, creating a new narrative that fits who you are, not the narrative you learned in a house growing up, and really getting rid of the survival narrative you learned and learning how to thrive.
All right, y'all. Thrive.
Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing right now? What are you doing?
ADD taking over right now. That's because the reality is, like, I want to close. I have to close. But the reality is, you mentioned Curtis Jackson. And I'm like, is he a high value man or a high functioning man? Like, I just want to know.
That's the question?
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about where 50 is and what he's doing.
It's just high functioning, yes. Or is he a part of the 40% or the 60%?
50 is where he is. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna mention that with him as far as how he is and what he is.
So not the cat got your tongue. We've been talking about cats and curiosity and all that.
Cat don't got my tongue. It's this segment in our conversation is not about 50.
It was never about anybody else.
Yes, it was. It was about everything we talked about. So as far
Oprah in here,
as
Statman caught a stray.
So as far as 50 is a great man for the work that we've done together. He is a wonderful person for believing in me and for putting a team around me. And for that, I respect that. That action right there and the work I've done with 50 and knowing him in the department, in the spaces we know each other, he's been wonderful. And that's that. That is my answer, Cam. That is the answer to that.
You didn't answer my question.
I answered it.
Okay, I'm going to.
50 is an amazing
high functioning man.
He's extremely high functioning, especially when it comes to business. Especially when it comes to business.
Don't give.
Especially when it comes to that. He's definitely that.
High value too, right?
Of course he has high value.
High
He's
functioning.
50.
Yeah, of course.
Of course he has value.
He's that
dude.
Respect. I really can admire Curtis Jackson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I respect his business acumen.
Me too.
I love the trolling. Yeah. But he got kids though.
You gotta ask 50 that. You gotta ask 50 that.
That's for the next. I seen you did two different segments with Nick. So you're gonna have to double back.
If you get, let me say this, Cam.
Yes.
Let me say this, big dog. Let me say this, boss man, big dog.
Yeah,
if you get 50 on here with me, then I'll talk about and analyze 50 and his kids and what he got going on. If you can get 50 sitting next to me, then there you go.
Because I really, we can help each other. We already identified that. We can analyze each other to the roosters come home or speak out, or the cows come home. However, those soliloquies or those different things. You sharp. I like that.
Oh, thank you, Cam.
I done let you off the hook on numerous times.
I appreciate that.
Just to be obedient. I see, you got your team with you. And I ain't want nobody to feel like, yo, why he came and da-da-da. No, doctor. Thank you for your time. But
This is what happens when your cigar goes out.
I'm trying to tell you, I get agitated,
cigar.
long-winded. It took you 16 paragraphs to tell me where you originally was from.
I'm telling you,
I really enjoyed this though. I really did. And as we end things here at Funky Friday, it's simple. All right. Can we understand that you can do a quick analysis of somebody,
right.
But let's see if you can pay attention and process what I'm telling you that needs to do so we can close.
Let's go.
So we're going to start with this camera right there. And then we're going to go to this camera right here. And then we're going to finish with that camera right there.
Can I put some gloss on?
Oh, go on.
You can keep the cameras rolling. Hold on.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Get this gloss going.
Because I mean, I left so much out there that needed to be said, but I'm just going to bite my tongue. And it was no pick stone today, though. Was they?
Am I good? Am I good?
Respectfully, yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's go.
So, 26, you out there, my brother, more power to you. I can't even say 50, no pun intended, but 50 plus, you can't, not that. But as we end things here, Funky Friday, right? We're gonna start right here, then we're gonna go right there, then we're gonna finish right there. And when I say all together, we're gonna say one love. Don't forget the thumb. There we go. All right. When I say all together, what are we gonna say? One love.
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right.
I'm ready.
Here we go. One finger. We're going to start with that camera right there. Then we're going to end with that camera. There we go.
Boy, you don't run this thing. Let's go.
Here we go. One finger, one pinky, one thumb, all together. One love.
Ooh. You like that, you like that, you like that, you like that.
Dr. Cheyenne Nicole Bryan, y'all. Thank you.
That was good, Cammie. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
You were so good.
Y'all. Cam was in his, when she got the 50 Cent shot, Cam was in his feelings. Cam, she was not about to be baby mama number 4. It was not going to happen. Get out your feelings, Cam. Get out your feelings. Ooh. Ooh, 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 Cam. Ooh, Cam. That's all I got for you is ooh. Okay, y'all. We made it through. We made it through. We made it through. There's a lot that went on there. Some good points, some bad points, some incomplete points, lots of justification, and yeah, some hating at the end. I mean, listen. Like I said, whatever going on with her 50 Cent, that's between her and 50 Cent. And you got nothing to do with you, Cam. Just let it go, bro. Why am I a brave soul? Why? What's going on? Oh, you mean go through the whole thing? It is what it is. It is what it is. But we made it. 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 Cam was hating. I got, you know what I'm saying? I got caught in the flashback fields for a minute. But it's all good. That's what we do here. That's what we do here. That's why we watch that, you know what I'm saying? You know, be able to. He was, yeah, Cam was, yeah, Eric, Cam was triggered. He was triggered because he was talking out of both sides of his mouth. He should have been talking about he can, you know what I'm saying, make a woman whatever he wanted to be. And then you did that, and then you turned around and you know what I'm saying, was out here with this outside coochie. Like you got what you wanted, but then that wasn't even enough. So again, that goes back to what I was saying before. If you know what I'm saying, what she had become, well, what he had turned her into, because I'm using his terminology, wasn't what he wanted no more. Why did he turn her into something else? Turn her into what you did want. Instead of going out here and knocking up this chick who clearly didn't even want no kids. So now you trying to bring this baby back up in here. Drama. But we gonna hear from Kia tomorrow. We're gonna get that started probably about the same time, about 10 o'clock. It's not super long. So it'll give us time to have a good conversation without being up all night long. So yeah, this has been about 2.5. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. Because yeah, that was a lot. That football game was trash. Rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan. Might have to pull that flex out. That's just messed up. Y'all say no to drugs. Let me put it like that. Say no to drugs. Don't eat up like Rich Homie Quan. Say no to drugs. But I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. Again, make sure you hit the like button if you have not. Make sure you subscribe and your notifications are on. Also, consider signing up for membership. I will be tinkering with that tomorrow. So for those of you who are members, you will be receiving some content by the end of the weekend. So hope y'all enjoy. I will see y'all tomorrow. Oh wait, we got Trump business tomorrow. Yeah, Trump. We got Trump business tomorrow. So I will see y'all for that, and then we will reconvene for FAF Friday, and we're gonna take a look at Miss Kia Proctor's first baby mama to Cam Newton, and we're gonna get her version of what happened and what's wrong with Cam as of the present day. So yeah, y'all take care, get some rest. It's been a long day. We've been streaming, lots of good information. I will see y'all later. Bye.